Hello, and welcome to the Rangaroo cast with me, Rangaroo. And today we are doing a 2v2 on gunboat diplomacy. So on Team 1, playing the Blue 4 faction, we got Rookie Davison and WhosYourAdmin on the left side. And on Team 2, playing Red 4 on the right side, we have WhosYourAdmin and Sermonator87. So let's get things going, Sari. And I'm actually quite looking forward to this match. They're bringing some very interesting decks from East German motorized to West German armored, a bunch of speciality or like very focused decks. So we get to see how it plays out in gameplay. And away we go. Any planes off the bat? Any planes at all? Nope, doesn't seem so. As usual, gunboat diplomacy, it's usually a pretty big battle over Foxtrot and Golf. And Red 4 going to be trying to get there first with some Hind transports. That's using the Mi-24A, the Tyrannosaurus Rex of Hinds, as it is pretty ancient. Going to be lands and some FJBs. Interesting choice, not using the LSTRs, 40s, which are a bit better for a bit more extra money. But FJBs are still nice. Blue 4 going to be rustling. Seems like the West German armoured player is going to be going in. Got good old Leopard 2. Okay, that's a very interesting choice. You got two Leopard 2 A5s. This is like 300 points, or like almost 400 points just sitting there. On a very like infantry heavy sector. You can quite effective in the open range around here. But you can easily fill it up with a medium tank. You got these Jaegers moving up with Panzer Grenadiers. Yeah, gonna get into the town. Very risky move here, and down below just a bit of passive play. A bunch of T-55s down here. Sort of setting up along the riverside. It seems like the French player, he's not actually... yeah, he's not helping at all up top. He's just covering his own flank. Got MiG-25, going to be dropping in a bunch of bombs, probably deal with the Panzergrens. Oh, it does get stunned by the flank Panzers. And actually manages to shoot it down, very nice kill. And the Leopard 2A5s having a lot of shooting at long range, making sure nothing can get across into Foxtrot. Amazing these guys haven't actually got ATGM'd yet. These are a very high priority target to deal with. Does seem like Blue 4 will have Foxtrot under air control. And Red 4 are just gonna set up in this little factory town down below. The very small infantry force. This is MiG-25s getting some very nice hits on the flank Panzers. Not exactly killing them. Speaking of flank Panzers, they're almost out of ammo. And it's only like, what, 4 minutes into the match? It's a pretty good use of those flank Panzers. And he's going to be bringing up more AA, bloody hell. 3 Roland 2s and 2 more flag Panzers. Yeah, that's a lot of AA to bring out. We might want to bring up some more ground units to actually keep your hold over Foxtrot. And Leopard 2A5 is going to be moving up. Well, Execution 90's not being able to really deal with him all too well. And Red 4, they want to start bringing up, or WhosYourAdmin, and he really wants to start bringing up some heavy AT weapons. Like his T-55s down here would be a lot more effective, I think, up top. Even though they're only a T-55, and they would get killed at the CQC. They do have his Bastion ATGM, so it could at least pick off a little bit of health off the Leopard 2A5. Just more reinforcements being brought up. That's a lot of AA. And Blue 4 just gaining a bloody huge advantage, a nice +4 lead. Red 4 need to get their game together and capture Hotel and Golf before it's too late. Red 4 starting to set up a little bit of a top of Foxtrot. Now, holding the top of Foxtrot is quite a nice it's quite advantageous, as it's very easy to stop Blue 4 from moving up, as there's 3 bridges which are very easily defendable, and you can plop a CV somewhere up the top line here, and pretty much keep the point neutralised. And the Motos holding their ground. Not too effective. The Jaegers making a foothold into the little town sector. The Igloos aren't going to hold out too around. I don't think the Monscutions can really deal with them. And these Leopard Tray 5s just been kicking serious, but pretty good. I have to admit, they're pretty good buy. But now the Concour's being brought up. Can't do too much damage against the Tray 5. But at least scares it off a wee bit. That's the amazing. Monscutions did manage to deal with all those Jaegers. And still down below, just both these players here really just focusing on their points. You've got the French guy, or WhosYourAdmin, starting to bring up some forces up top. Which, yeah, he definitely needs to do. Got a bunch of Rolands and tanks moving up. A little bit, wee bit late, yo. Once bit, cry before the storm. Bunch of Jaguar 2s. This is an odd choice of vehicle. I have a feeling that these players aren't exactly a little bit new to the game. So because we are seeing some quite odd units being used. A little bit quiet before the storm as usual. Both sides playing very passively, and Red 4 going to be popping a CV onto Foxtrot to keep it all nice and neutralised. And Blue 4, they are so close to victory. That is 33 points to reign. There's still 28 minutes to go. Red 4 are definitely going to have to pause them without their arses to gain that many points in such a short period of time. Got a little bit of artillery back and forth. Lorraine Bravo got an AMX Orfef run. Fire and barrage at barrage, trying to counter artillery the Akatasias. I'm going to pronounce that right. The SBW or BTR 70s really taking advantage of that amphibious trait, and you're going to be pulling more stuff into Goth, as it is very undemand. And if you need to hold this sector as a Red 4 for Goth, because if you let Blue 4 capture it, they can just spawn block that bridge and they neutralise the point, which is pretty bloody bad. Now, he actually didn't manage to spread out his Jaguars, sort of keeping them in that big, like, four-man formation. And really, with ATGM units like this, the weaker more, you know, like, bloody Concours and whatnot, you want to keep them in one-man squads so they're not all clustered up. Because good old cluster artillery or bomb and run can knock them out with relative ease. Because how they're set up here, we're getting some nice long-range shots on reinforcements into Foxtrot. It's a little bit of back and forth. And oh, what do we have down here? We've got a bit of a purse here from Red 4. BMP-2Ds. And, well, it used to be a T-55 going across that bridge. And they are very cluttered up in that bridge. That would have been a great use of an airplane to just bomb the crap out of him, yeah. Even an Mi-4 coming in to support probably one of the rest attack helicopters. It's like a really cheap hind. But the BMP-2Ds is flanking around. Got one group going into the forest and the other one just using missile after missile. And that wasn't exactly a great push per se. A little bit more of a poking force. And he's gonna continue moving up with BMP-2s, which aren't a bad unit per se, but you need something a bit more meatier if you want to do a big heavy assault. But I believe, let me just check, the USSR player, he's playing mechanized, and yeah, he actually has tanks in his deck. He's got the T-72 Opera, he's got a bunch of nice tanks. Not really taking advantage of him though. And just doing this BMP attack. Yeah, so you're making a little bit of progress into Alpha. Got them not strictly all out in the open. They're going to be doing a Footzerg. And still pretty neutral on Foxtrot. Both sides is amassing a giant force. Mainly Blue Foil. They have a huge concentration of lads or units over Foxtrot. Got a bunch of hinds being brought up now, but the Roland 3 does get killed by the hind. And we bring up more Rolands and more Flak Panzers to deal with him. Redfall now going to be, they're going to be shelling this forest over here as the Mott Strackley do a pretty much suicidal Footzerg. This would be a great shot. This would be a great idea to turn off the main cannon for his AMXs and let the 20mm auto cannon do the dirty work. A very nice, that's a very nice rocket artillery. Buying the Mott Strackley some time to get nice and close. And if he has him on attack move, yeah, he does have him on attack move, so you're going to get some good old RPG shots down. And because he's a French tanks and not exactly heavily armoured. So yeah, fantastic use of rocket artillery here. Allowing his Mott Strackley a bit more time to advance forward and pretty much warn off everything in that forest. And we've got Heinz in the back, giving some support in the infantry. What do we have up here? Some markers. Maybe a flank around point. It does seem like they're going to try and flank around. Redfall slowly but surely gain that plus run. They still have to go. Okay, they still have a lot of points. A lot of points to gain. I was going to make some sort of analogy about going up creek. Didn't exactly come to mind, Joe. Flank Panzers warning enough to Heinz, telling them to piss off. And actually, it's quite a lot of play back and forth on the southern flank. A lot of the aggression is all the way up top for pretty much 90% of the match. But here we have Redfall just skirmishing around in the bottom flank, trying to find the weak points, as no one usually expects an attack on the southern part of this map. Because usually very silly, because you have to go across a very long bridge that can easily get bombed. And still both sides, nothing's going on the top of Foxtrot. No side either really dedicated to commit. But honestly, if Blue 4 had some recon, they could definitely see that there's not too much here in Ghost to worry about. Just a few more scoots, and look where these Leopard 5s, Breno Sears, infantry. Definitely takes the Ghost side pretty easily. Redfall going to be taking advantage of that little low, and they're going to be moving a whole platoon worth of Mi-24As as my dog barks around the flank. Probably saw a squirrel. And we're also going to be landing. Going to be landing some FJB-40s and a Rot regiment. Very interesting choice. And then the Mi-24As are sort of scatter. What was he planning to do with this infantry piss? Because if he wanted to, he could have gone around into Delta and, you know, got some bit of back rage and all into Echo. But he sort of has, oh, now he's starting to split them up. But he sort of just has them up here in the middle of, you know, nowhere pretty much. And sooner or later they're going to get found out. Now the Flak Pounds are coming up, going to shoot the Mi-24A down. And they've got a recon helicopter, going to see all these nasty infantry guys. Actually no, the FJBs have the nice little Strela too, so probably kill this BO-105, who is walking into a death trap. The Flak Pounds are finishing off the Hinds. So Redfall now getting a nice little +3 lead. Actually knocked out the CV and Alpha thanks to artillery, I guess. So they're catching up quite fast, and they could actually go there right now. And oh, that's a little bit of an overreaction. I mean, that's like what, 11 Leopard 1A5s? That's roughly, I think each one's like 50 points. Yeah, that's quite a lot of points he's been saving. Seems like they've been playing very passively. Got some artillery on middle of nowhere pretty much. Now Red 4 really starting to catch up. Almost at 400 points. Yeah, it's a lot of Leopardon A5s. Is he just gonna charge them all up into the infantry? Because he will get kills, but he's gonna take quite a lot of losses if he just charges them right up. And yeah, he's gonna charge him right up. This may have actually been a good infantry position. Oh, no. Leopardon A5 actually doing a decent bit of damage here. Yeah, he's gonna clear this all up. I didn't expect the Leopardon A5s to deal out well in close quarters combat. But I guess the Roch Regiment only has an RPG-18, which is pretty weak. Still, he's charging up. The Roch Regiment's now tanking out quite a bit. And they did actually end up getting quite a few kills. But a better idea to move up, like, infantry, napalm, something that isn't a tank. Because he still took quite a few losses. And now Red 4, this is bloody neck on neck now. And Blue 4 managing to move up into Gulf, taking a lot of town sector. He's got an infantry CV being rushed up to the front, try and neutralise this. And that's exactly what they do. We have 8 minutes left. Scurry. This is pretty much neck on neck. And then it's always Leopardon A5 just sort of sitting up here doing nothing. There's my dog bunk, again I do apologise. And yeah, I think he's just going to let him have a little bit of a break. Bit of tea time. And Red 4 doing a push onto Alpha, just trying to get out, just trying to squeeze out a few extra points from Blue 4. But going across the open field and BMPs is never really a good idea. And they pretty much get annihilated. And the Leopardon A5's now moving up, all alone against more infantry into ATGMs. And yeah, the lanes are just going to have a little bit of a field day, yeah? There goes all those Leopardon A5s. Bunch of rocket artillery on to go, just trying to get a few stuns. I actually want to see, what tanks does he have? He has a lot of tanks in his West German deck. There's a lot of Leopard 284s, jeez. I didn't even know you could get 10 Leopard 284s, that's pretty crazy. But maybe a little bit overabundant in tanks. So yeah, these guys are definitely newer players, so I give them the benefit of the doubt. 4 minutes left. Neck on neck. It's really gonna if the points stay like it, it's technically gonna be a draw. Even though I'd say Red 4 are in because they have 4 more points. So long story short, it's really gonna be down to Blue 4. Or really either side to attack. There's not really too much time left. Blue 4 might as well just say bugger it and just do an all-in the Foxtrot and go for just move all these guys they have, because they have an awful lot of chaps. Let's see if these Leopard 385s are sort of sitting here. And no, I think they're going to be doing a bit of a push. Got AMX 10P transport taking the lead. I'm going to try and knock out the Gulf CV, which is protected by only a few Modscutians. They might want to reinforce this a little bit after losing Gulf. It seems like Hughes isn't really a big infantry player. There's a rocket artillery once again. Stunning up all the chasseurs. And still not getting out. I don't know where the CV is. but not exactly getting any kills in it. Was that? I think that's a guess. One minute left. And yeah, neither side is really gonna do a one final hoorah piss. Yeah, and that would be a pretty anticlimactic GG. It would definitely, and yeah, it's gonna be a draw. Redfall, I would say, technically wins because they got more points. But yeah. But, okay, what was I going to say? It was a pretty defensive match. You can definitely tell there are new players, usually units are brought, and pretty much their deck compositions. But they're very, very, very defensive. Neither side was willing to really attack, and I can sort of get it, because gunboat diplomacy is pretty hard to attack across that river, because bridges are a nightmare to move over. But either side could have really been a lot more aggressive. Like, Blue 4 could have taken Gulf a lot sooner. They had all those Leopard 5s, Jaguar 2s. They had a huge, nice old combined arms force. Yeah. Well, Red 4 could have been... They could have buffed up their defences a wee bit. I mean, in Gulf, they hardly had anything there for most of the match. And even in the back town in Gulf, where the CV was, it was just only 2 Moskutchen, or 1 Moskutchen, 1 Litzkutchen unit, yeah. But yeah, both players, pretty good match overall, a very close match. Not in terms of KD or Redfall, even though losing a lot of guys, still managed to pretty much bring it into their favour. And yeah, just a very good match overall. Hopefully both sides learned a little bit out of it. And that's all I have time for. This has been another Rangroo cast. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and most importantly,